Good evening. Welcome to this special edition of Sports Weekend on I-24 News. From the Jaffa Port, I'm Mirav Savir. Today's special is a little less goaltending and a little more glamour. We haven't forgotten about the football scene, but we're going to take a look at the other side of the athletes we analyze and talk about every week. How they've taken over the entertainment business, the Hollywood industry, and almost everything around us. As every Sunday, with me today are I-24 News sports analyst Jonathan Regev, Denis Weibel, and Michal Divon. Hi guys.
Hi Marav, good evening.
How's it going? And we start with the modern day power couple who are outshining them all. Once upon a time, it was Hollywood and TV stars who ruled all. They were everywhere. They stole all the headlines, did all the commercials, were recognized on the streets, and Hollywood couples were really the ones who outshined them all. Fast forward to the 20th century in 2014, and it's athlete couples, or at least couples in which at least one person is an athlete, who are taking over. Liz Barenbaum reports about this newer version of the power couple.
Athletes taste a range of emotions in their careers, from the sweet taste of glory to the bitter taste of defeat. But between competitions, sometimes a different emotion makes its appearance: love. It can come in various places, in the stadium or on the red carpet, lasting longer or less. Champion couples are not hard to find, as two stars bonding make a terrific alliance. Golf great Tiger Woods got over his infidelity scandal by dating American alpine skier Lindsey Vonn, while French swimmers Frédéric Mousquet and Laure Manodou made a team of their own. The two swimmers welcomed their daughter in 2010, but separated since then. Sports also have persistent couples, as it seems that the more solid couples come from the tennis courts. For instance, Steffi Graf and Andre Agassi, who met in 1999 after both winning the French Open. Agassi was then married to actress Brooke Shields, but consumed a successful marriage with Graf, having 2 children. The same goes with Roger Federer, who met his wife Miroslava Vavrinek, also a tennis player, at the Sydney 2000 Olympics. His wife became his manager, giving birth to twins. Some duos are able to cash in on their own power couple status. David and Victoria Beckham are likely the most common example. The former Spice Girl makes multiple public appearances, signing many advertising contracts with her husband. But sometimes athletes choose to leave their comfort zone and form unexpected liaisons. Some might say that these couples are mismatched, while others will say they are rather complementary. Football legend turned actor Eric Cantona met his second wife, French actress Rachida Bragni, on the set of the 2000 film Outre-Mesure, while Colombian pop star Shakira joined forces with Barcelona player Gerard Piqué, giving birth to their first child in 2013. Among these exceptional couples, there's also the highlighted combination of stadium gods and top models, the dream of every fan and paparazzi. A prime example is Brazilian top model Gisele Bündchen, who bounced back from breaking up with Leonardo DiCaprio, marrying New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady in 2009. However, some couples are in more complicated situations. This is the case of Bayern Munich star Frank Ribéry, whose marriage was damaged by an underage prostitute scandal. Despite the bad press, the Ribéry couple still remains together. And of course, there are couples who are no longer together, going on separate paths. One example is French figure skaters Sarah Arbitol and Stéphane Bernardi, who are partners on ice and in real life for 10 years. Not to mention the former power couple of Eva Longoria and Tony Parker.
They are two internationally known stars, an actress and a great NBA player. It's very important.
The idyll between the Desperate Housewives stars and the NBA All-Star has lasted for 7 years. And after a grand wedding in 2007, the two divorced following Parker's extramarital affairs. But life goes on in the limelight, as they both went their separate ways and continue their respective success. Eventually, it seems like no one can escape the gossip talks, either on the red carpet or in the locker room.
Well, it's not always happily ever after, but when these couples are together, they really impact everything, don't they?
They have everything. They have so much money. If they're athletes, usually they'd look good. Look, they practice sports. They're professional athletes. Usually they'd look good. There's money. Why wouldn't it? I mean, why wouldn't it? Of course, models are attracted to them. These people are adored by so many people. So yes, they impact every aspect of life. It's quite natural to me.
Especially when they're together.
Of course.
They're ruining my life. Listen, when I want to watch the sport and then I'm distracted by all the chatter, like in the NBA when Kim Kardashian was dating Chris Humphries and then her sister, the fact that I even know about these people, these Kardashians, is disturbing to me.
They're stealing that limelight. But it's not just the couples. We're talking athletes everywhere. They're really stealing the limelight from what used to be place for Hollywood stars, for TV stars. They're taking over everywhere. I mean, you've got James Harden in commercials, which I have to say are some of the funniest commercials I've ever seen.
Definitely, we've seen, the thing is, we've seen just recently, I feel in the last few years, I would say, maybe in the last 5, a lot of these celebrity/sports power couples. So, and then you see them, courtside. Now the kissing cam, instead of just doing random fans, you'll see the celebrity couples, and you'll see, some of the rumor mills, coming up.
You know what I think, Marav, sometimes, sports is just an excuse. The game itself is just an excuse to see all those people there around, kissing and sitting, and the commentators saying, oh, well, look, there's this. He's kissing with this. That's the whole thing.
Who's your favorite power couple? Let's hear it.
I have to think it. I wasn't ready for the question. Sorry. David Beckham, maybe?
Well, in this case, which is your favorite power couple, if you're bringing it up
I
already.
like Tom Brady, Giselle, because she's a foxy Brazilian.
That's a winner. That's a winner. You cannot top that. I take my David Beckham choice back, and I go with Mr. Swibel
and
here.
they've even become the models. Forget models. Now we're taking tennis stars. We're taking sometimes the NBA players. They've really taken over every aspect of entertainment.
It's true.
I guess it just helps, it helps sell some of the already exciting things that are going on in the sport with an extra element. And I could see it is fun for some. I just hate when it gets too crazy. After the Super Bowl, when Tom Brady lost to the New York Giants, his wife went on record saying, well, the team played crappy and he was the one who was playing.
So maybe they're taking a little bit too much of the limelight.
Yeah, it was, instead of talking about what happened in the game, who won or lost, they were talking about her commenting on the fact that, he was the winner, but the rest of the team were the losers.
Well, thank you very much, guys. And now we're moving on to the dreamiest players in the NBA. Athletes nowadays have better equipment for training, better training regimens, and maybe in better shape than they have been in previous years. And Michal, now we come to you, and you've got a top 5 list of the best looking or best fit NBA players out there that we've compiled from different places.
Well, actually, we asked our viewers to give us their top 10 sexiest, and we've compiled the top 5. I was quite surprised, but let's go
let's hear.
to
Who's
it.
our number 5?
I know you're all in
I'm looking
suspense.
forward.
Let me tell you. We're going to go with number 5 and build our way up to number 1. Number 5, Thibaut Sefolosha. He is the Swiss professional player, and, well, I took a few things. He's 29 years old. He's 2 meters or 1, and he makes $3.3 million US. What was
and is he single?
Well, he's single for us, of course.
You want to be a new power couple. Okay, I see.
And who's number 4?
Okay, number 4, George Hill, 27 years old, 1 meter 88. His salary is $8 million US. Now, I wonder, viewers, did you choose it actually by the salary? Because it seems to be going up.
They're going higher
right
and
now.
higher.
Like, did you
Of
go by
course
look?
not.
Because looks are obviously something subjective, but salary, I kind of noticed. I was like, how come the salary is going up as we're ranking to number 1?
Interesting
Do
observation.
they like the richer people?
Can't be. Impossible.
No way,
All right,
no.
number
Who's our number 3?
Dwayne Wade.
The
What do you have to say
way.
about that?
He's also got already.
He's 32 years old, so we're going a bit higher in age. He makes $18 million US, and he's 1 meter 93. And he's from, guess where?
He's from Chicago.
That's
everybody.
right,
Very
Danny.
exciting.
But unfortunately for the ladies, he is actually already part of a power couple, and not only has a wedding ring, he's got a couple of other rings too, some championship
What
rings.
can you do?
3 of those.
Yep.
3 of those, right?
3 of
champion.
those. 4 if you count Gabrielle Union. And
Maybe
who's
that,
next?
maybe that pays a little bit to his
the
sexiness
college
as well.
girl's always there.
All right, number two. The suspense, a little bit of drum roll.
All
All right, we have Derrick Rose at number 2.
Chi-town, Chicago.
And he has not been playing
I know,
for the
it's very
past 2 years.
exciting.
And he's still.
He'll
So
be back
he's
one
also
day.
making quite a nice salary, close to the one before. To Dwayne, he's making 17.63. He's 25 years old, 1 meter 91, and of course Chicago. So
And
this one, I
perfect
think the
gentleman.
viewers chose him for
And
you.
a perfect gentleman.
That's what I
Perfect
hear.
important
Really,
things.
Really, very important.
He is the perfect gentleman.
That's what I've heard. He's really
And
nice
who
guy.
is our number 1, Michal?
Number 1, I have to say I was surprised. Okay, viewers, this is all you, and we'll just respect that. Number 1 is Kobe Bryant, LA Lakers.
Will we respect that? Yeah, we will respect that.
He's pretty
I'm gonna
dreamy.
respect
I mean-
that. Look, he makes double the salary of everyone else. He makes $30 $1.45 million US dollars.
That was no judgment at all.
And again, we're skipping the looks and we're going right to the money.
Of course.
So I don't know. We have to ask ourselves. So these are the top 5 that you chose. Would we choose the same? I don't know.
Well, I'm a little disappointed Kevin Love isn't on that list, but
I
Michal,
would definitely
thank
keep
you
him inside.
very much.
Thank you.
And athletes aren't always in the limelight, especially after retirement. What happens to them next? We'll find out. Athletes' careers don't usually last nearly as long as the normal person's. With immense physical activity and possible injuries haunting them throughout their careers, what do they do after they hold that last retirement press conference? Lise Barenbaum reports.
They are barely 40 years old and they're already retired. Top athletes must put an end to their career very early. After they experience a sense of little death, as they often describe it, conversions for some of them could be very difficult. For example, the great Brazilian footballer Ronaldo is today a quite large shadow of his former self. But the problem for many retired athletes could also be psychological and financial. According to Sports Illustrated magazine, 60% of NBA basketball players go bankrupt within 5 years after retiring. Dennis Rodman has to play the puppet in North Korea today just to survive.
Happy birthday to you.
This is a problem that sporting institutions want to settle.
Not all the athletes are making a lot of money. Not all of them are coming from countries where they have a social system which will take care of them. So I think if we look at the 205 NOCs, we have a global problem. We have a problem that once the athletes have stopped, what then?
Governments, therefore, fund programs that allow athletes to study. This is the case of the young Colleen Mattel, who triumphed in Sochi, but also that of Lucy Decos, world champion in judo, who graduated with a journalism degree. The failure is avoidable, but to do so, the athlete needs to develop her or his career as a double project.
I think it's really important for athletes. They should think about what to do after their career. In every sport, you can do something for your future in, for example, studying besides the sports career.
First, there are those who decide to enter politics. The former judoka David Douillet was sports minister in France between 2011 and 2012. The same for Chantal Joannou, who left the tatamis for the same post. Pelé also attempted a political career in Brazil, but without much success. Will there be an athlete president of the Republic one day? George Weah, former PSG striker, tried to be elected in Liberia. And chess master Garry Kasparov would like to dislodge Tsar Putin from his throne. And former boxing world champion Vitaly Klitschko had a decisive role in the toppling of Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych. Others prefer to transmit their sporting skills. This is the case of former football world champions in 1998. Vicente Lizarazu and Robert Pires are soccer analysts on television and radio. Didier Deschamps coaches the French national team, and Laurent Blanc is the coach of PSG. More surprising, many athletes decide to embrace an artistic career. Eric Cantona became an actor. The British film director Ken Loach has even written a film whose subject and main actor is King Eric.
You must say no. No, no! Form your balls. No, 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 no!
Athletes often choose the small screen. This is the case of French skaters Philippe Caldeloro and Sarah Abitol. They recently participated in a popular TV reality show in France. And for others, a prestigious marriage is always possible. Charlene Wittstock, former South African swimming champion, became Princess Charlene of Monaco when she married Albert II, the royal way.
So we just heard about the future of players, and we already spoke about how athletes are taking over almost every scene. And with the World Cup approaching in just a few weeks, it's important to take a look at the future of football, the most loved sport in the world. And Jonathan, before this 2014 World Cup, first of all, is football still the most loved sport in the world?
By far, because we're judging a lot of time things by how they look in the Western world, but the Western world is just a small part. Look at what happens in Africa, in Asia when the World Cup is on. Everybody tunes in. Everybody, everywhere.
One place it's still lacking is the U.S., but even we saw in 2010 it already started, people started watching it more. Now with David Beckham in Miami, would we see it grow in the U.S.?
I think we will see it grow. I don't think it will be as popular as the NFL, the MLB, not even maybe the NBA, but it's grown with such a big number of immigrants from countries that love football, from Latin America, from Italy, from Greece, from Ireland. These are football-loving nations, so it will grow in the U.S. I don't think that there's something, it's the American culture is very, very big, so I don't see it coming as big as football or baseball, but yeah, it will be big.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be as big, you're right, as the NFL or MLB, but the thing is, growing up now, I see a lot of kids, instead of playing baseball, they're playing soccer. So as this new generation comes in and they're not playing the typical sports, especially with the NFL, a lot of the reports of all the injuries that people are getting, I feel that's the sport that kids are starting to look to, and as that grows, their love for the professional game.
And the American team is very, very good.
And the more people watch it with these bigger events, the World Cup, especially the more U.S. plays in it, people are starting to be more interested.
And the U.S. plays in it. They're in the World Cup every time. They're good.
And how much could a victory, let's say in 2014, really helps football
every
in the US?
time? Victory is the best-selling agent ever. I mean, if you win, then all the kids, they say, well, you know what? They're victorious. They get the glamour and the fame.
I want to be just like him. I'm going to go sign up for football.
Exactly.
You need your heroes.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. And that's all for us today. Thank you for joining us on this special edition of Sports Weekend. For all the latest sports news, you can find us online at i24news.tv. And you can tweet at us at i24newsports. We'd love to hear from you on there. For all of us here on Sports Weekend, I'm Mirav Savir. Thank you for watching, and join us again next Sunday.